Coronavirus on Capitol Hill. I'm Adrienne Pedersen. Today on Up Front. President Trump is a confirmed case of COVID-19 and is off the campaign trail. Today, the state party chairman on how this affects the race.
This underscores the crisis that we're in.
It's not going to change how we are on the ground here in Wisconsin.
Plus, we talk with Republican Senator Ron Johnson, who's in isolation after just getting a positive coronavirus test this weekend. How concerned are you about getting the confirmation for Judge Amy Coney Barrett?
Well, hopefully we're catching this early enough.
Taking on the issues important to Wisconsin. This is Up Front with your host, Adrienne Pedersen.
President Trump is now at Walter Reed National Military Medical Center. He boarded Marine One Friday.
I want to thank everybody for the tremendous support. I'm going to Walter Reed Hospital. I think I'm doing very well, but we're going to make sure that things work out. The First Lady is doing very well. So thank you very much. I appreciate it. I will never forget it. Thank you.
About 48 hours ago, the president received a special antibody therapy directed against the coronavirus, and we're working very closely with the company to monitor him in terms of that outcome. Yesterday evening, he received his first dose of IV remdesivir, and our plan is to continue a 5-day treatment course for remdesivir. And the big plan for today, since he's in such great spirits and doing well, is to encourage him to eat, to drink, to stay hydrated, to be up out of bed, and to be working and doing the things that he needs to do to get well.
According to the White House, the president will stay in the hospital out of an abundance of caution and work for several days. Thank you for joining us. We're hearing about more cases of coronavirus on Capitol Hill, including Wisconsin's Republican U.S. Senator Ron Johnson. He's in isolation right now at home in Oshkosh, but says he has no symptoms. He told me he took a coronavirus test out of precaution after getting back from D.C. and got the results on his way home from an event in Ozaukee County Friday night. Here's what the senator told reporters during a conference call yesterday.
I got into the event right before I spoke, sat down at a table with my chair well away from anybody else. I was at least 8 feet with my mask on. And then I got called up by Brad Schimmel, made my remarks, and I left. Personally, I don't think anybody is in particular danger.
I'm glad to hear that you're not feeling any symptoms. So I did want to ask you, usually, I think when someone gets a coronavirus test, they tell you as a precaution to go ahead and quarantine until after you get the results back. When you got the test, did they tell you to do that?
No. And again, it's not the same thing. I'm not going in there with a symptom and getting a test. I'm going there symptom-free. Now, obviously, I have no temperature. I mean, they take your temperature before that. So, no, this was strictly a precautionary test, as I have done multiple times over the last few weeks, going to the White House, going to the Oval Office, being on Air Force One. So this is the exact same thing. I've never quarantined after a test. There's no reason to do so because I'm not sick. I have no symptoms. I certainly did not anticipate testing positive. So there was no reason to quarantine. I just come out of quarantine.
I stand before you today to fulfill one of my highest and most important duties under the United States Constitution, the nomination of a Supreme Court justice.
Senator Johnson was not at this event at the Rose Garden. We now know that several people who attended did get coronavirus. He said, though, he went to lunch with Republican senators and attended meetings in D.C. We just talked with the senator last weekend when he was in quarantine then because his chief of staff tested positive for COVID-19. When the senator got out of that quarantine, that's when he went to D.C. Tuesday. He says a doctor told him he probably got coronavirus from his chief of staff. With Republican senators now testing positive for coronavirus, how concerned are you about getting the confirmation for Judge Amy Coney Barrett?
Well, hopefully we're catching this early enough. I was concerned enough to, basically end my schedule of doing any events today so that just in case something happened, the clock would run and still be able to go and take the vote, even if I got quarantined for 2 weeks or, developed symptoms or whatever. So I was concerned enough about that, but I think we're catching this early enough, and hopefully everybody else will take the measures I was going and I am taking now, but it was going to take anyway, of just really isolating ourselves so that we're available for a vote.
So the president would have been in Green Bay and Janesville this weekend for some more rallies. Seeing now how quickly coronavirus seems to be spreading through the White House, do you think events like that are appropriate?
Well, I think they'll completely rethink that. And even before the rallies this weekend, I mean, this is all fast-breaking news. There were a lot of discussions in terms of how to handle those, increased social distancing requirements for masks. So those discussions were occurring before then we unfortunately found out the President and First Lady tested positive. So, yeah, I mean, you continue to learn as we go through this process. You continue to modify what your procedures are.
Now let's bring in upfront reporter Matt Smith, who's joining us from Green Bay. And Matt, good to see you. I know you just heard me ask the senator there about that rally that obviously got canceled. And I know you just talked to a doctor. So what are you learning?
Yeah, so we've been on the ground here in Green Bay for part of the weekend. That rally was supposed to happen Saturday night at Green Bay's airport. They called it a rally. I mean, you could have expected several thousand people, and this is one of the hot spots in the country, Adrian. You look at the number of cases per capita, top 5 from those New York Times analysis. Green Bay, Appleton, Oshkosh areas, all 3 in the top 5 this weekend. So there is really some major concern with the spread they're seeing on the ground in northeast Wisconsin. Adrian, not only that, this is a key battleground area in the state for the president or Joe Biden to win.
Right, so there's really so much at stake here. What is the feeling on the ground there right now?
So you mentioned we talked to a doctor. We talked to an ER doctor who is in the ICU seeing these patients day in and day out. And there is high-level concern this weekend in the number of cases they're seeing. And simply put, the doctor told me if behaviors don't change in terms of some social distancing and masking, this is not going to go away anytime soon. And this region and this state will remain a hot spot.
All right, okay, hearing straight from a doctor there. And of course, those rallies in Green Bay and Janesville canceled. Matt, thank you.
Yeah.
Coming up, the state party chairman on the state of the race with the president in the hospital.
You shut up, man.
Listen,
it's hard to get any word in with this clown.
This is going to be a fraud like you've never seen. This is not going to end well.
Plus, what did they think of that scorching first debate?